We've all dealt with failure at some point. Maybe you failed at achieving a specific goal, or you just can't seem to figure out how to achieve your long-term vision. You only have 3 options. Keep repeating the same mistakes, distract yourself completely, or do what's necessary to actually succeed. Even if you decide that you're going to do whatever it takes and do the work necessary, it can be hard to figure out what you even need to do or how to do it. Here are the concrete steps of getting out of a rut and changing your life completely. And this will most likely be a video that I come back to in the future when I'm experiencing this as well. So at times this year, I struggled to keep up with some of my missions and my goals. Things like posting consistently on YouTube. Same with the gym. I went super hard in the first half of the year, and then over the summer, I didn't. Before you can really grow and achieve anything, you've got to get rid of the bad stuff. So when you're down here, you've got to at least get back to normal. And that's a long process. So what I did to break the cycle first, basically I identified each of my bad habits and I worked on them one by one. The reason this worked is because normally I would have a version of myself that has only good habits, no bad habits, or a version of myself that's doing all the bad habits. So that's video games, whatever it is, going to parties, drinking, etc. But instead of thinking, oh, if I want to do X bad habit, I'm just going to go ahead and do all of these, I just quit them one by one. So that way, even if I relapse in one thing, I'm still in this version of myself. So the way to quit these kind of addictions or bad habits is to identify the actual root causes. So if you know you play video games a lot, sure, that's the bad habit itself, but what's making you actually play those video games? Maybe you're nervous that the work you're doing isn't going to actually achieve anything. You can really dig deep in between what's actually behind these habits. So for example, when I first started, it was very difficult to sit down and record videos. You know, you have the physical appearance, you've got the lighting, you've got the camera, you've got the audio, and it was overwhelming. So instead of doing that, my habit was to play phone games. And that would just take me out of it, distract me completely. It really wasn't about the video games themselves. Even if I deleted the games, I would just change to a different habit, watching YouTube, watching shorts. So if you identify the root cause now, then you can fix that and move on. So to really get back on track, the first step is actually going to be to clean up your environment. There's a lot of studies that show if you literally just clean your area, first of all, it's a really good way to just achieve something that's super small and easy to do. So there's not going to be a lot of pressure. Whereas if you try to jump into a whole project, huge project, it's going to be harder to even start. You're going to procrastinate a lot. So just start with cleaning, very simple. You're going to feel a lot better, surprisingly. And then number 2 is going to be hygiene. Clean up yourself. You know, take a shower, shave, do whatever you want to do. It's just going to boost your confidence. And again, it's another thing. You're just building wins. And so basically what's going to start happening is, even though all you've done is clean yourself, you're going to start getting momentum. And so number 3, we want to write down our new identity. So exactly what are we trying to change? And we got to make sure it's actually measurable. So not just, oh, I want to be better, but actually, this is what I want my life to look like. This is what I want this to look like. Here's what I should or shouldn't do. So basically you can start with the bad habits, list all of those, and list the good habits that you want to start. Next, we want to identify our root causes and motivations. So if you have a goal, what's the actual motivation behind it? So you not only want to identify the root causes of your bad habits, but also the causes and purpose behind the good habits that you want to create. Once you do that, you want to be able to tell if you want to start working out, exactly why do you want to start going to the gym or working out? Or if you want to get XYZ, how's that going to benefit you? So for example, recording YouTube videos. For me, it's not just recording YouTube videos, it's also I want to teach other people what I know. One motivation could be financial freedom. Another could be just teaching or inspiring people. And you can list out every single motivation you could possibly have. And it's just going to make it clear to you, so it'll be easier to actually follow through. Next, we want to eliminate habits one by one. So I just go ahead and list them out. Honestly, I would say start with the hardest one, because then you'll at least have all your other bad habits to fall back on. And then you can just eliminate them one by one. So for alcohol, for example, if you want to quit drinking, then replace it with another habit. So instead of just acting that, say, every time I want to drink, I'm going to go to the gym. And that works very well. Now we want to solidify 1 to 2 goals. And the reason we only want to do 1 or 2 is because we're going to be absolutely obsessed with these goals. So if the goal is to grow on YouTube, we're going to film YouTube videos, edit as much as we possibly can in our free time. All our mind's focus is going to be on those things. And so you want it to be a SMART goal, not just a random goal. So basically SMART means specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, timely. So my goal right now could be updating my course with more videos. Then measurable, how many videos? I could say 6 more videos. Then attainable, is it really achievable for me to record 6 videos? Well, I'd say yes. Then relevant, is it relevant to what I'm trying to do? Well, what I'm trying to do is teach you guys how to improve your life, teach you guys music production. So this course is perfect for that. Then timely, when do I want to get it done by? So I could set myself a deadline, which could be next week, next month, by the end of the month, by the end of the week, whatever it is. And so all those things are going to help you with your motivation to actually do it as well. Next, we want to actually map out those goals in terms of time. So let's say your goal in this year is to go full-time in music. So let's say you want to make it specific. So maybe you want to make X amount of money in this year to actually go full-time. That's our yearly goal. So you want to make it quarterly. So that's every 3 months. Maybe quarter one, you work on your craft, work on your music, and then release some. Quarter two, maybe you release a product or some kind of monetization strategy. Then you can break that down to months. So every single month within that quarter, if your goal is to launch a product. For example, when I made my course, month one, it was, hey, plan out this course, make sure it's something people want. 2 was actually recording the course, editing it, a lot of work. It's like a bunch of different videos. And quarter 3 was, all right, let's launch it. Let's do the marketing. And then you'd go down to the weeks, week by week. I have the whole year, every single week listed out. And it's gonna be a little harder to track because each week is based on what you did the previous week and how much you've gotten done. But kind of map it out as best you can, and you can change it as you go. And then daily, what I like to do is have a habit tracker. So when you have a habit tracker, basically, this is what I'm gonna do every single day, and actually print it out, my own habit tracker. So as you can see, I literally have financial task, business task, workout, meditate, etc., etc. And then we have, that's daily, weekly. We have a YouTube video. We have managing finances. We also have monthly. So you can have a whole checklist right here, or you can do it on your own laptop or on your phone. And so finally, now you have your habits. Now you know exactly what you want to do. Now it's just executing. And this is going to be the hardest part. So when you go to actually execute these things, figure out how to motivate yourself. So for example, I'm motivated by pain a lot. So when I think about my past failures, when I think about all these kind of different things that didn't work in the past, that actually motivates me to work harder now. But maybe for you, you work better thinking about the positives, thinking about the future and where you're going. So just figure that out for yourself. Ultimately, my way is just using pain as motivation. So I remember why I started. I remember when I was sitting in my apartment, making beats, barely scraping by, and that actually motivates me to work harder. And so ultimately, it's just gonna come down to discipline at that point, but at least you replaced all your bad habits at this point. Eventually, you're just gonna get a momentum, and it's actually gonna be super easy. And if you just stay consistent, your life will 100% change. So it can still, even with this, be hard to know specifically if you're trying to learn music production or grow your career. It's hard to figure out exactly what to do. So that's why I made my whole course, long videos, going in depth to every single thing you need to do. It's the perfect roadmap, and I really made sure that everything in there is exactly what you need to know. So make sure you check out that course. We also have Patreon. Patreon, I release all my videos early, so I'm batching 6 videos right now. All those are live on my Patreon before this video has even released. So make sure you guys go check that out. There's a lot more bonuses. You also get shown at the end of my videos if you haven't seen that before. Of course, we have merch. So if you want hoodies, joggers, shirts, things like that, we got that as well. And production services. So I've just been doing a lot of stuff. But anyway, enough with the call to actions. If you like this, make sure you watch this video next. It'll go into my journey, and I'll see you there.